It's Cash Color Campus, a high level of conversation from LivehiphopDaily.tv, and this episode is sponsored by Sow and Reap. Created by Charity Parsons, Sow and Reap creates luxury experiences and excursions for connoisseurs. And this month, we'll be partnering with Sow and Reap to sponsor 2 guests for one of their amazing experiences. So follow Sow and Reap on all social media channels and stay tuned for details to our amazing giveaway. All right, so tonight I got some return visitors. They ain't been here in a while. But I got some return visitors in the building. And let me tell you something. When I saw them 2 brothers at the door, I knew before I left the house I was going to be the most underdressed person on this show today. You just gotta understand, Reggie and Dwayne gonna come in fly. Like I try to be, but I was like, I knew when I was getting dressed. I was like, should I throw on a jacket? I feel like last time they came matching. They definitely outdo me, man. But like I say, I got Dwayne, got Reggie, founders of the Green Toad Hemp Company here, and tonight I want to take a deep dive with them into not only how the brand started, because I do know that, but we can revisit it. But more importantly, their expansion and how they started this expansion off, taking the store to the great historic Pittsburgh district. And talk to us about how that happened and all that, man. But without further ado, can y'all please introduce yourselves for the people who didn't see you before?
Dwayne Hirsch, I'm the Chief Operating Officer of the Green Toad Hemp Farm.
Reginald Reese, the Chief Executive Officer of the Green Toad Hemp Farm.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, so I had a chance to meet y'all brothers a little while ago. I feel like it might have been last year, but I think it was a year before last, honestly, when y'all was on the show. And this was initially when I first heard about you. I got an email from your publicist at the time. And whenever I get an email about somebody in Georgia doing something, my spidey senses tingle. I'm like, how you doing something in Georgia? And I don't know y'all. So I reached out and y'all came on the show and you gave us an amazing episode. And ever since then, we've been connected. You know, I've been a chance to really see y'all kind of grow the brand really in a super dope way. Speak to us just early for people, again, who don't know. Speak to us about how Green Toad Hemp came to be.
Well, our partnership came to be, we had a partnership that, a business relationship for years and a friendship for years. And we came back together to do the Green Toad. It was really Reggie's concept and idea, and me coming in with what I do and us becoming partners on that basis, and then working together to build a farm essentially from scratch, a living infrastructure, and then putting together a working infrastructure for post-harvest production that we were going to need for what happens after you grow it. Yeah. And then we put together a store so we could sell what we grow in our own store through our own brand.
You talk about vertically integrated for real. Like they really, the farm out in Meter, Georgia, spans just all kind of land out there. Y'all growing your own hemp, and then you opened up a store where y'all sell your own products. I'm like, that's real talk right there.
Right. Well, last time you saw us, we were at, I think, 17 and a half acres still, and now we're at 41 and a half. So we did expand that way.
That's a light brag.
We did, right. But we talking about expansion, right? Yeah. So we did that, and then we started the indoor grow, which is what I showed you earlier. That's the first of. Yeah.
We gonna get this. They might shut me down for that. This is what we're gonna get into much later. But yeah, you definitely expanded. You expanded the farm, saying exponentially. You definitely added more layers to that. But you added another store, and that's why we wanted to talk to you tonight, because you added another store here in Atlanta, and of all places you'll pick to put this store, you put it in the historic Pittsburgh district. Now, the reason why I say of all places, not like Pittsburgh isn't bad. Pittsburgh's actually a really nice neighborhood. Right. It always has been. It's definitely changing in a lot of different ways right now. And I was thinking in my time when you said you was gonna open it in Pittsburgh, I'm like, has it changed that much? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, has it changed that much? Like, I know I go down there and I see some HD TV houses, but we still not fully, I guess, changed over just yet. Right. What was it? What was your idea? What was the idea? What was the reason that you decided to open up a store when you said I was gonna do it in Atlanta to make you say I'm gonna do it in the Pittsburgh area?
Pittsburgh, aside from the historic significance of the community, it has kind of a unique connection to where we are in Metter at the farm. So shortly after we got to the farm and we started to meet some of the local people, we found out that community had a history of basically in the 80s and 90s, a lot of people that it was like a smuggling hub, a transport hub for weed and other things in the 80s and 90s, and it was well known through all of the people that lived there. They talked about stories about planes and helicopters dropping stuff, the bags dropping out and different things going on. So the postman will tell you the stories. It's really interesting, right? And we've even met people who at one time and years ago that were actually involved in it down there. But then we came to Pittsburgh, and I think one of the first facts we learned is that used to kind of be the weed capital of Atlanta. Just like Metter was kind of a capital of its own in the Southeast, Pittsburgh was where everybody used to go to get their weed, from what I understand, in the 70s and maybe even the early 80s. So it's kind of like a spot where it's a good chance to bring something back to a community in a better way, a community that obviously has had its issues and been troubled, but is also on the mend and on the comeback. And so we know that cannabis is going, as a larger conversation, when you get into recreational, everybody's going to be talking about how it's supposed to rebuild communities. But for us, it's always started and been very relevant in the hemp and CBD conversation, not just marijuana, if you will, and cannabis.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know any of that about the Pittsburgh area. We talking about narco shit. You know what I mean? I didn't know. They dropping stuff off in planes. No clue, man. But also, I'm new to the city relatively, so that's a crazy story to hear. But it makes a lot more sense why you would decide to put your store there, because it's part of changing the narrative. You know, they're changing the narrative in a lot of ways just with the whole gentrification. But you coming through there added a different level of that. You know what I mean? Like, we're changing the conversation about what this neighborhood used to be about. You know, did you ever think about that y'all were changing the narrative in that way?
Well, shout out to our business partner, Johnny Floyd, the owner of the Floyd Plaza where the store is located.
Oh, is he a partner?
McDaniel. Yeah, he's a partner. Man. So Mr. Floyd is a staple of that community. You know, he's one of the guys that knows everything that's going on. Everybody knows him, and he's always been in a mode. Matter of fact, where the store is now, when we walked in there for the first time, you saw planning, maps and stuff on the wall, for the things that that people are looking to do in the community. And he's always been a part of that. So just for us to fit right into that, that was the second part of why that was such a perfect fit for us.
That's dope. You know, when I met Mr. Floyd, when I went down there for y'all event, and the thing I loved about walking into the plaza was how they knew immediately you weren't from here. Like they knew immediately when you walked in. Right. They sitting all around. It's almost like it's almost like walking into somebody's barbecue and you just know that I don't know none of these people. Johnny Floyd though, but they was very welcoming. But I knew then. I was like, y'all know every single person in this whole entire neighborhood.
Yes, they do.
He's been there for a while, clearly.
Yeah, and his daughters own the two businesses that are in the plaza, the Pyramid Grocery and the Be Glad Lounge right there. That one of his daughters has been putting together really nice. They sell food, drinks, and everything there. So yeah, they're putting those businesses together and building that all to be a better service to the community.
What I really like is that you're planting really good seeds into a ground that should be fertile, as far as in the Pittsburgh area, and where you're at Johnny Floyd's in Johnny Floyd's area. It's almost like the heart of Pittsburgh, like when we was out there that night, again, you learn it very quickly from everybody in them apartments to people across the street. Everybody just kind of hovers around this place. So you picked the perfect place if you was going to do it there, the perfect place.
Right.
Johnny Floyd is also the president of Pittsburgh community.
Is he?
And he really cares about, rebuilding the Pittsburgh community.
I gotta get Johnny Floyd on here, man. Tell us some of those stories about stuff dropping out the sky.
We're working with him to really bring not only hemp and cannabis to the community and teach the community about it and create jobs. Yeah. But we're also bringing back, like if we do concerts there or block parties or whatever, they can go to the restaurant, get their drinks, their food. They can get their hemp and CBD cannabis from us. And we don't have to worry about like what they did to us in Buckhead, because we crank it up, they want to kick us out, right? Pittsburgh, we're there to stay, and we can do whatever we want to do from a party standpoint.
Hey, my opinion about Buckhead want to leave. I say we should stop spending money in Buckhead.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
bring it to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, stop spending money in Buckhead. Like, what do they have other than malls and brunch? Like, in overpriced apartments. Like, stop spending money. Like, simple as that. Like, let them be on their own.
Yeah, and at the very least, get the things you need from the people who are there that you need to get it from.
Yeah.
Our products are certified Georgia grown, so it's as local as you can get with respect to that. Reggie's been a long-time resident of Atlanta, and so we brought it here. It was important to be here and build a presence, and that's just the first of many of those stores that you'll see here in the area.
What was the response like? And when I say the response, what was the response like from the neighborhood itself once this popped up? Because I remember seeing the signs, and I'm pretty sure when people see Hemp Farm and they walk inside and they see y'all actually have bud, they first thought this is weed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the response from the neighborhood and the people in the neighborhood?
Happiness, joy. And not just because you got something there to smoke, but because they got a easier path to pain relief and the other things that we got. You know what I mean? Even those of us that smoke, we're not necessarily, you still need that roll-on for that knee. You still need that lotion for them calves.
Don't make me feel old.
You got to get it done. Everybody has some degree of physical body pain, and for those who have anxiety and other things like that, or issues that are related to inflammation, they find a lot of value in what they see in the store and what they learn from us about it.
Yeah.
And so, they're very happy.
That's what's up, man, because that was going to be another question of mine. Like, has it been hard selling CBD on the community? Because, again, we talk about a community that's most likely they know more about actually smoking bud. Like, if you tell them about CBD, they want to know why you're trying to sell this to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how hard was it was it a hard sell to the community to come pick up this CBD?
No, it's what's funny, right? Is the hardest people to sell it to is the ones that smoke the Zot. I only smoke the best. They come in and they'll talk to you like that because they don't really know the value of CBD from a medicinal standpoint.
True.
Nor do they understand the value of CBG from a medicinal standpoint. Nor do they understand the value of mixing them together, the entourage effect, and all of the medicinal things that does, and the greater experience that you can get from that. And so the ones that claim to know it all, if you will, are the ones that give you the most problem. Everybody else is kind of coming from a learning standpoint. Mm-hmm. And we also know that what we sell now as CBD is what our aunts and uncles and dads and moms were smoking in the 80s and 90s anyway, or really the 70s and 80s more so, in terms of its quality and what it does for them. And most of them don't want something that's going to take them over the wall. They just want to be right. So the world's largest joint bar gives them 31 options as to how they want to feel. Delta 8 ready, pre-rolls right there for them. And you can take your pick, 7 for $35 all day.
I love the weed bar too. Y'all got set up in there, man. I love that weed bar. Is fly as hell. And I think it's dope that y'all are able to explain that to the residents over there, because it isn't necessary. It is a need for them to know at least about alternative medicines. You're in a community where you are around people who are probably suffering a lot from hypertension, to arthritis, to just a lot of them. Matter of fact, a lot of them don't even know what they got at this point, because we can't have, a lot of people don't afford health insurance.
And they're not all 50 and 60 and 70 years old.
No. Yeah. No, I woke up this morning and had to put an ice stick on, the CBD on my knee, so don't make me feel old when you talking about this is what people be doing. I had to wake up this morning and do that.
Right. Well, a lot of people work jobs, they get scrapes and cuts and burns and stuff, so you could think about it on a simple pain relief level as well. The way that it heals a cut, how fast it could take away the stinging sensation of a burn if you use the right product and the right application. Yeah. You can get that.
I always liken weed and hemps to what my dad used to have in the house, the aloe vera plants. Mm-hmm. I was like, I seriously like
and it grow back.
Oh, right. my dad was such a country boy, man. Like, yeah, he totally believe that, man. You don't need nothing. Go break this off, man. Right, go rub it on your arm. Right. You know what I mean? Like we really to the point now where, and I'm blessed to see this, that we're explaining to people how powerful this plant is way past just smoking it. And you're playing a big part of that, especially in Pittsburgh, and it's very needed, man. What have been some of your favorite moments since joining the area? Because I'm pretty sure y'all have met some colorful people at this point.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, it's been interesting. I can say the least. But great, a lot of great folks live in the community.
Yeah.
We get a lot of people that walk over from the apartment complexes over there, the elderly community.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
They come over and they smoke. Normally they would get their stuff from the weed man, but we have a joint bar with over 31 terped up joints.
Hey.
And now they can get something with a great taste, a great fragrance. It has a heavier THC in it. So it's something that they never had access to before, and the prices are very affordable. And that's the other thing that we try to do as a grower. We make the prices affordable for anyone to be able to have access to this product.
Now, I know y'all had the support of Johnny Floyd, and clearly he's going to bring the support of the community, but there's also newer people moving in here. We're like, it's clear as that. You know what I'm saying? That we're watching some of those very inexpensive houses be snatched up and turned into something totally different. Mm-hmm. Was there any blowback from, or any pushback from the community about the store when it was first announced that y'all was coming down there?
None whatsoever. I think most people now know that cannabis is moving across the country, and most people are in a receptive mode to it. They're really looking to see how far it's going yet. It's like, wait, it's legal now? and then we had to explain to them that, yeah, on this level it is, but not quite there. And so, but it resonates. Everybody still is happy to see how far it's come, and to see that it's right there in the neighborhood that they live in and love in and walk up and down in every day.
And we have a very diverse customer that comes in there. So our customer base is not all black, and which I was surprised to see.
I'm surprised
that
to
diversity,
hear.
right?
I'm surprised to hear.
Yeah, we got a very diverse customer base that drives over there just to come get their stuff.
Look, because when I say I walked through there, and I knew again when you seen Johnny Floyd and all them kicking it, they knew immediately I wasn't from this neighborhood. I can imagine people driving in and be like,
right. Yeah.
try to walk up in there, man. So there's also plans about you moving to other areas. Like, it's not just going to be strictly the Pittsburgh and the Meter location. Where else are y'all trying to move out to?
Your neighborhood, their neighborhood. You're gonna see this at some point. The idea is for you to see it everywhere, but within and around Atlanta, you could look to see us in a lot of these communities around here. Don't want to get none away just yet.
Yeah.
But when we got the announcement, we'll make it with you first.
You know what? Thank you, man. Do you look around? We're seeing a lot of other stores pop up. I think that's also a positive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like what initially just started with Joe and Georgia Hemp Company has spawned into stores everywhere, man. Like, how do you feel about seeing people expand out in the CBD and hemp that way, where they're starting to open up their own brick and mortars or starting to jump into business in that way?
So they're either gonna compete with us, or they're gonna end up buying from us, or they'll do both, right? So it's fine that they expand and grow, but in many cases, because we're the farm, they're gonna most likely end up buying the products that they carry in their stores, whether we actually, and we'll talk about, we vertically integrated since we last talked, so we do a lot more than just farming now.
Okay.
And we can talk through that. So at that point, we'll create their products for them, which is one of the things we do for other retailers across the state now.
Okay, so y'all white labeling too.
We
Talk
do
about
white
that.
label, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the white labeling side, we've been doing it lightly since we got started. We started in a way where we wanted to make sure that we could make the opportunity affordable for people that just want to get in and start to, they're passionate about the products. They really feel like they can get in a situation to make money. They might be wanting to position themselves for the future of the industry within the state. So they come and say, hey, we want to buy, in white label or even just wholesale the products as well. So we do that also. Now, so in a white label program, it's just, the products that we have, they work. They're very good. They've been spoken about. They've done countless television shows and news articles and things like that about it. It does work. And so if you wanted to take that on and have that as a product branded with your spin on it, so to speak, on a product, that could be whether it was the scent, the chemistry, to whatever degree, we could produce that for you and have you sell it wherever you wish to sell it.
Cash color CBD?
There you go. Cash color CBD. There you go.
CBD, that's crazy.
And that could go across all levels. That goes down to pre-rolls as well. So every layer of what we have is available from a white label standpoint. And we can talk again about the expansion of that, because within the next 2 weeks, probably, the machines that we ordered from China will be here. We ordered new machines that'll do gummies, chocolates, and hard candies. Also vape carts, and then oil filling machines to do the lotions, the roll-ons, the oils, and fill it and co-pack it inside our own facility. Add those jobs to Metter, to the city of Metter, and then take control even more of our margins on the products to be able to make the white label deal even better for Cash Color CBD.
You speaking this into existence.
I'm just saying.
See, when we were here a couple of years ago, I think it was Dwayne and I, basically the team, and now we have around 25 employees that work out our facility in Metter, plus 3 people that work out of the Atlanta store.
That's hard, man.
The product is working, it's growing, it's helping to grow the company and create those jobs.
And then we do high volume pre-roll production for outside entities. So 20, 50,000 pre-rolls a week, moon rocks, moon joints. That's what those employees work on, and that's what they pretty much do every day from a production standpoint. We'll be adding for that with the new machinery.
Speaking of bud, man, y'all gifted me with something. It's called Gas Hemp, and this is fresh from Meter as well, right?
Yep, fresh from the indoor grow.
And this is new.
No, you'll be the first outside of us to try it.
Oh, brother. And I'm going to do that. What is it comprised of?
And you got to smell it, too. So you smell the terpene.
Don't hype him up.
Right.
Y'all know
smell test.
Ooh, yeah. Y'all know my policy on smoking on camera. This looks pretty, too. You know, I like a good-looking bud.
22% total cannabinoids.
Okay.
Very, very good smoke. You're going to really, really enjoy that. And if you mix it with some of your favorite Zot, you'll get a really nice ride out of it, and you can stretch your bread a little bit.
Bro, don't do that to me, man, because every day...
Just that we grow it, and then we produce the products that we sell from it. So some farmers, the traditional farming model would be that we would grow it, sell it to someone who would produce products from it. So we'd sell it by the pound based on what we grow, and you would go out and make your products and sell them all over the world or what have you. The vertically integrated one is the one who does that themselves. Think of Bob Evans, where you had the restaurant, you go in there and buy their food and their sausages and everything. That's vertically integrated.
That's a good example.
And so all of our integrations are actual companies under the Green Toad. So we have the manufacturing company, the packaging company, the wholesale company, the retail, and then the cultivation, which is the farm. And they all function independently under the main company.
But hey, man, how much time y'all spend on the farm still? Or do you still spend time out there?
I live there every day. I drove there. This is all slick now, but it wasn't like that this morning. You know, when you got a little misty rain out there, you got the dogs to feed and all of that and different things to take care of.
Oh, you really
That's heaven out there.
Yeah, it's a wonderful place. So I'm there every day. Reggie still spends a ton of time out there weekly, and he's here kind of moving things for the Pittsburgh location. But yeah, we love it.
Green Acres. That's gonna be the name of this episode. Y'all just gave me the whole inspiration.
The place to be.
Yeah,
farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Skip Manhattan, just give me that countryside. Right, there you go.
Look, I just hated myself a whole lot by the fact that I know this song. But it used to be reruns when I was a kid.
Right.
It used to be reruns.
Everybody watched Green Acres.
Everybody watched Green Acres, man. So that's dope, man. You gotta take us out to the farm soon, man.
You can come whenever you are ready. Make your appointment. The Cash Color Cannabis Green Toad Tour. Pick your date, sir. Pull out his calendar.
Stop hyping these people
Get him
up.
straight. Commit to the date right now. Let's go. No.
Stop hyping them up, because you know me and Tari was talking with Black Mountain. We gonna be doing something. Every time you mention tour, I see his ears perk up.
Yeah, right.
See his ears perk up, man. Where we gonna go? Yeah. I don't know, man. I ain't never been to Meter, Georgia. Where is Meter, Georgia?
It's 2.5 hours. It's called Metter.
Oh, my bad.
Everything is better in Metter.
Metter, my fault, man.
That's the town slogan, actually, in the hemp now.
That sounds like a town slogan too. Everything better and better. Right,
it's 2.5 hours southeast. It's actually an hour before you get to Savannah. So it's only an hour away from Savannah, not too far from the Florida border, and so yeah.
That's some good Statesboro.
I was just
thinking Southern University.
I'm more thinking that's some good growing land too out there.
Oh, man, phenomenal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Changing the narrative, bro. So what do you feel like is going to be the next? Well, you already mentioned that you're going to be branching out some. You're not going to give me a location here. I mean, what's the next step? What's the next step?
It's something we can't tell you though. So our ultimate goal is, because we're the manufacturer, the grower, the manufacturer, wholesaler. Now and we've got over 70 items that we sell in our store. We want to push that out on the mass retail market. California just opened up for CBD to go into mass retailers. So our goal is 1,000 by 1,000. So we want to be in 1,000 major retail locations in 1,000 days, and have a big portion of our product line represented in those retail stores. And so that's what we're working on now, and we're pushing to make that happen.
So that means that the CBD oil will be sold in Walmart, Walgreens, and such as CBD oil. You'll be able to sell edible cookies, gummies, all of that in mainstream retailers.
Right. And right now, California approved that to be done. Now, they won't have the regulations in place till May, but we'll be ready by then.
That's what's up. So we might see you in a Walmart out there.
That's right.
In California, man. Speak that into existence, brother.
Yeah. There's another thing I could tell you about. We've had the pleasure of being able to, and the honor to be able to work with a couple of the universities, Georgia Southern, We're part of the incubator program there for the agriculture incubator, but we're also part of what they call the Big X Accelerator program. It's an executive leadership program that they sponsor for people in agriculture and related industries in that area. So what they have done is they were really fascinated by our operation, particularly from a manufacturing side, because no one has ever seen, for instance, how moon joints are made, or how you can make 453 joints, pack them at one time in a machine, and have a team of people to finish them in a dedicated process that amounts to a manufacturing process that can be scaled up, but also can be made more efficient along the way. So what they committed to do, and what we were able to do last week, was to tour a gentleman there. He's the operational team lead of operational excellence for Georgia Tech University's manufacturing partnership program. And so they're going to be coming back to visit us next week, and they're essentially going to give us the flow, and they're lean manufacturing experts, so they'll be able to give us the flow of how our machines should lay out inside the warehouse, if we made all of this space available for it, and then how we can make the other processes within that more efficient. So that's collegiate level professorial experience coming to Meta to work with us on that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man.
Somebody clap about that. Live audience up in this joint. Come on now.
Right.
That's pretty good, bro. Somebody pull on their beard or something. You know?
That is actually pretty dope. So working with schools is important as well, because we're talking about cultivating a new generation of people who could actually be in this business, especially people who look like us.
That's right.
I mean, you think about it, right? There's not a lot of people within the state that can do some of the things that we're doing in that place.
No.
So from a job creation aspect, these jobs are all, and everything that we do is transmutable into cannabis proper. So if the brother here, Tariq, was to walk through our warehouse facility, he would see something very similar to what he's likely seen where he is, because it's all transmutable. So that means that everything that people are learning now, those who work with us here now, all of those skills, every single one of them, from the products and the understanding of how they work, all of that is going to be right transmutable into that industry once it arrives here in a form that everybody can benefit from. So that's another thing that we want to do, is to be able to prepare people in advance of that, in a sense, not just through being able to learn about the products, but the industry and how it works when it gets to that recreational level.
Bro, it's so needed, man. And I really hope to see more HBCUs get involved like that. You know, like I think all the time, from Tuskegee's to Alabama A&M's to so many schools we have that have agriculture and mechanical in their names should be involved in trying to, again, cultivate a new generation of people who could put their hands in the dirt and make some of this shit work.
They'll get permission to do that soon enough.
Yeah, and it's a slow process with the HBCUs.
Yeah.
However, Fort Valley State got a great program going on, and we actually, work with them. And Alabama State got a good program, and I think more and more are going to come on. But they need to hurry up, because UGA, Georgia Tech,
they've been fighting
Georgia Southern.
Yeah. They've been fighting those traditional hypocrisies.
Oh, you already know it, man.
Oh, we can't. Oh no, we don't want to.
As you're watching other places and other schools get involved, you're still saying to yourself, "Well, no, that's not our."
You're watching the whole wave just sweep across, and you're just gonna let it move right past.
Yeah.
It's like the stores of old, right? The Blockbuster deal. Netflix is coming, but you're just gonna sit there and let it pass you by.
You know what?
Blockbuster videos.
Not for nothing. If you ever watched the movie The Last Blockbuster, Netflix is not why Blockbuster went out of business.
What was it? It's not Netflix, but was it streaming? What was it?
No, exactly? it was Sumner Redstone. Sumner, they actually sold the company got sold to Viacom a while ago. Viacom used Blockbuster and the revenue they was making almost like a piggy bank. So they was taking Blockbuster money and using it to fund movies they was making, and the movies was going to duds. You know what I mean? So what they had to do, long story short, eventually they just became basically a write-off. For them. Netflix didn't necessarily kill them. It was some of the Redstone who killed them.
Is it the fact that they didn't buy Netflix when they had a chance?
That's always an option. You know what I mean? Because I remember even hearing some of the stories about was it Yahoo had a chance to buy Google or one of them things you hear those stories that
all the time.
We could be saying Yahooing instead of Googling. You know what I'm saying at this point, but we're not.
Right.
Absolutely. A lot of stories like that. That's the fun part of it, though.
Yeah.
Becoming a part of that. wherever we can.
Yeah, man. Y'all are definitely bodying the game, man. If you can give some advice to somebody who say we're in school, and we do have a lot of people who are in college who do listen. If you can give some advice to them about how to get themselves involved in this industry, what would it be?
I would recommend getting with your agricultural department at your university. Start with that, and then find out if they have a cannabis or hemp program, because in many cases they may have some type of something going on that they can get involved. And if they don't, then we're so much out there, and we're getting calls from university and students that, we're always taking on interns and doing mentorships and things like that. So we're more willing to help them understand the industry. They can come spend time at the farm, spend time at the facility, see our store operations. We're all about helping the students, because the generations after us are the ones that's going to really get this thing growing and keep it going to where it needs to go.
I say it all the time, and maybe I'm bringing up school for a reason. Like, I'm actually terrified. I got to do a lecture next week, virtually, for the NYU students. Yeah, the topic is war on drugs and how media covered the war on drugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a clappable moment, man.
That's a clappable moment. NYU.
Yeah.
Bro, and
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's dope, but I'm terrified.
That's a great topic, though.
I'm terrified about sitting in front of these kids on the computer and
that
trying
only
to.
means you respect them. That's all.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know, man. Give me some pointers, man. Y'all get to talk to people all the time. I only talk to people like y'all.
Just breathe.
Yeah, and you know what? And they just want to know. They just want the facts, right?
Yeah.
They don't want propaganda, right?
Yeah.
They want the facts.
And you're raw enough in your presentation and the way you come off, and you're credible because you know it and you've been there and you know the people. You've interviewed a lot of the people affected by that on this show.
Yeah.
And you knew a lot of them probably before this ever started, I'd imagine. So you have enough experience and enough credibility that you probably wouldn't have to worry about that. Just breathe and get to it, and you'll be fine.
I appreciate that, man. Hopefully I can breathe and get through it, because it's going to be 40 minutes of me being like, damn, I hope I didn't just embarrass myself in front of a bunch of people I don't know.
Right. Well, you'll be all right. You'll feel it. You'll feel their energy.
Bro, there's people out there who want to get to know more about Green Toad Hemp. They might even want to shop in the Pittsburgh area or just get involved with y'all in some way overall. How would they be able to do that? How can somebody contact y'all?
Okay, bring $2,000 to 825 South McDaniel Street. Now
You sound like old school Pittsburgh now.
right. Bring 2 stacks, drop it on the corner, and then somebody. Right. So no, you come to 825 McDaniel Street. We're open daily Monday through Saturday, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
On Sunday we rest?
No, Sunday.
Smoke everything we bought.
Sunday, think of it by appointment only. If you got, if you need something for the Super Bowl, call your boy and we got you. Type of thing, right? But then beyond that, of course, you can go to the website, www.thegreentoadhemp.com. Order online all day. Works just fine. We get our packages out. 2-day priority mail. Get what you need quick as you can, and get the relief that you're really looking for. So, we're available.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the advice too. I'm gonna take a pace. I'm gonna breathe and get through it.
And there is information on the website about the wholesale program, and then we'll be adding more about the white label program and the adjustments and stuff with that. So
perfect. Actually, we might holler at you about that, man. Cash Color CBD, is that gonna be a thing?
Yeah,
that sounds.
It is.
That sounds.
It is. Make waves, brother. Make waves.
Man, it just sounds like extra work for me, man. But no, I appreciate you brothers coming through, man. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Reggie, for coming through and shining a light on what Green Toad Hemp is working on right now.
Yes.
I gotta make a stop by the Pittsburgh area soon myself and pop in again. And I definitely enjoyed the place. I love the fact y'all actually got a picture of us up there.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I appreciate again y'all time. Please go support the Green Toad Hemp. And and that's it. That's Cash Color Cannabis, high level of conversation on LivehiphopDaily.tv. And again, this episode is sponsored by Sow and Reap. We out.
Man, thank you.